Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the crazy life. That is the digital asset space. What's going on, guys? Good evening. Staff Sergeant of the Marines, first up in the building. What's going on, my dude? How are you? Man, yes, I love that. How are all the winners doing this evening? I said, absolutely, brother. We are all winners. We won. That's exactly right. That is exactly right, my friend. Exactly right. I think everybody's sleeping on Moneygram, dude. I feel like everybody's sleeping on Moneygram. Win Mullet, what's good? TJ Jackson's in the building. What's going on, my bro? Monterey says hello. Hello to you, Monterey. Derek P is in the building. Good morning, XRP Army. Good morning, Derek P. How are you, bro? Good to see you in the stream. Seems like everybody's sleeping on Moneygram. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Let's see if my computer will do the same thing. I'm going to have to do it on my phone, probably. What in the world? Yeah, crazy stuff, right? Absolutely crazy stuff. I don't know. This IPO thing is getting out of, I don't know. It's got to get out of hand. I think people are kind of missing the whole thing with that, man. Let's see, do I need to go to, okay, that's what it is. Let's try this. You know what I'm saying, fellas? I think that people are kind of missing it. Yeah, it is. There it is. I think people are kind of misunderstanding or missing it. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's crypto. Well, Mullet's like at Crypto Siege. I'm not sleeping on Moneygram. Moneygram is sleeping on me. Hey, I hear you, bro. Moneygram doing his thing. I'm telling you. Got to pay attention to it because Wall Street is paying attention to the moves that Moneygram is able to make because of their relationship with RippleNet, and more importantly, ODL. Danny Loft, what's good? What's good, dude? I apologize, I'm a little bit late. Ms. Crypto Siege made some dinner. Like, she ran into the room, hopped into the room like 5 minutes to 7. Here's dinner. And I'm like, oh, okay. I know I have to eat this dinner before I go on. You know what I mean? Can't push that off to the side. She took the time to take care of her dude. So, I had to make sure I get it. It was good too, guys. Tuna, some avocado salad. It was outstanding stuff. Absolutely, guys. Good to see you in the stream tonight. Exciting times. So what's this I'm hearing? Times covered the IPO thing earlier. Yeah, I think earlier, like an hour ago, he covered the IPO thing, and I don't know, but I thought I heard in his stream that someone said that not DAI, Sam I Am was like not happy, and he felt like Sam I Am. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't gone to his YouTube channel. Maybe he put it out on Twitter. That Sam I Am was saying it's like he was, what is it? Filling the pockets of the shareholders and stiffing the XRP community, something like that, right? So I don't know. You know me, and you know me and the whole Twitter thing. I'll get on there for a quick second, then I'm out. So I don't know if he did it on Twitter. I don't know if he did a YouTube video about it. But listen, I am not going to sit here and pretend to understand or pretend to portray that I'm an expert on this whole the Ripple IPO from Susie's from Esoteric Trading Solutions position. All right, I'm not. There is zero chance of that. I have no. She's the expertise. She's the expert. She has the expertise and the years of experience, and she is saying, from her perspective, the IPO and the asset swap is a great thing for all parties involved. I do not think, and again, I don't know, I do not think that a buyback, which is what I'm hearing people are saying, this buyback thing, is an over-the-counter asset swap. I think those are two different things, and she's pointing more so to the asset swap. So I'm going to get on the phone with her. I upgraded to the, what is it, the $45 tier thing. Excuse me. I upgraded to the $45 tier thing, and from when I read, you get a phone call or two or something with her, a chance to get on the phone with her. I don't know if something's paid or not paid. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to ask her some questions. If I have to pay her for her time, I'm going to pay her for her time. But I just want to, I'm going to ask them some questions because I think people are kind of getting in it. I do Staff Sergeant of Marines. I don't know if I don't know if my understanding is aligned with Times or Mickey B. Fresh in terms of the flywheel theory. But but I do understand the flywheel theory, and my take on the flywheel theory is to me it's an extension of the network effect of RippleNet. So to me that's what it is, right? And I get it. You get one thing kind of one thing is and exponentially one thing piles onto the other and piles on to the other. And it's almost like the penny a day and double it for 31 days or 30, right? Versus a penny every other day and then double it. It's a significant difference. And so, for me, that's, I sort of liken the flywheel theory too. That's my take on it. And how it works. I know they want to, my understanding is just kind of the market makers and the market takers and the fact that, they got to help provide liquidity, but they certainly want to snatch up the XRP that they got into the liquidity pool. They want to refill their bags of XRP, and that compounding effect of that continuous motion of a thing is what creates a flywheel. And I understand it from that, what they're saying. I think my take on it is a little different than theirs. You know what I mean? Guys, 41 people on the stream, 13 likes. If you didn't get a chance to smash a like on the way in, just collapse the chat, go smash a like, and then come back and hang out in the chat. Let me say what's good to my peoples. I'll make sure I didn't miss anyone. Staff Sergeant Marine was first tonight. How about that? What's good with you, bro? TJ Jackson, what's up? Windmiller, good to see you in the stream. Monterey, hello to you. Derek P, hello. 416 Crypto's in the building. What's good with you, dude? XRP lighting the way is in the building. How are you? Like Danny Loff, I said, I'm sorry. Again, I apologize for not getting on the time that I said. Certainly had to make sure Miss Crypto Siege would not be upset with me. So I did have to, get that dinner down. This is nuts. What's good? How are you? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Is CU3SS, C1ZU3SS. Good to see you in the stream, my friend. Hope I'm saying that right. Make sure I catch everyone in here. Then I'm going to go over your comments as well. I bought Charlie's Bags is in the building. Good to see you, my friend. So CIYUI33S said exactly. So I'm assuming that's something to what I said. So are you agreeing? So you're agreeing with Sam I am. Okay, cool. I got you. Stiff in the XRP community. I agree. Okay, so you're agreeing with that. Okay, I got you. And again, my take on this IPO from Susie from Esoteric Trading Solution. This is a woman who has vast decades of experience in the equities market, fund manager of some sort, a major banking experience, has done asset swaps in the past, very familiar with how that works. Her background is extensive, and she had proposed that Ripple not only could do an IPO, but should do an IPO, and then that Ripple, the company, could in turn transfer the wealth from that in terms of equity and transfer that to XRP hodlers. And she thought the combination of both of those moves was a win-win for everyone. And what I'm saying for me, and obviously she's doing it at, she just did this video maybe a month ago. She's doing it at a current price today, right? So when she did the video, the XRP was at 19 cents. So when you look at it from that perspective, she actually came out with an evaluation, and 19 cents times 25. I don't know what that is, whatever that might be. But she was, and I'm going to show you some of the slides. You know, it was a win. It was a benefit. It was an add from what I saw. It was a value add to the XRP hodlers, not something that hurt the community. I don't think that Ripple, the company, is going to do something that's going to hurt the community. So if just a straight IPO, and again, I don't know, and I don't pretend to know, if a straight IPO is something that is going to hurt the community, I don't think they're going to do it. And I get the people in the comments are going to say Ripple don't care about the community, XRP hodlers, and I personally disagree with that. I think that they do care, and I think that they've looked at all the options of this IPO, and it may be something that Susie is suggesting that they should do. She says it's a very creative and it's a smart and brilliant and genius move. IPO asset swap. And she explains her reasons behind it. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, definitely check out our channel for sure. Check out that video. I'm going to try and share. You know how we do with the audios. Try and share some of those slides as well. Maybe I play the audio from my phone and just share the slides that I do have, and hopefully they sync up. So there it is, guys. Definitely appreciate all you guys that liked and came back to hang out. Let me cover some of these things here in the chat. Let's see what the conversation is. Let's see what the conversation is going on right now. Derek P says, I'm at work, bro, operating a front end loader, just listening in today. Be careful, bro. Absolutely pay attention, my friend. And I appreciate you hanging out on the stream without question. Staff Sergeant Marine says, Siege, honest question. Is Trump and Christine Lagarde brother and sister? I'm trying to figure out who has the worst spray tan. I think that would be the Donald. I think that my vote is the Donald for sure. All right, let me see. I feel like Ripple ripped off XRP hodlers. First, they flooded the market with their Ripple and sold wholesale via over the counter. Then they are doing an IPO to raise their stock and not XRP. Gotcha. Okay. CUs maybe? ICUs? I understand. I got what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I got that. I understand that. And I see how that would appear to be that way. My take is I don't think that Ripple is going to do something to hurt the XRP community. And maybe it's just something that they know where this XRP is going to go, regardless of whether or not they do the IPO. Because I think one of the points that Susie was making is that they don't need to IPO. They didn't need to do a funding round, but they did it. And she thought the reason behind it was the move was to go to an IPO, but it was in addition to the IPO to do the asset swap. Now, from her experience and her expertise, again, this is a woman who's done over-the-counter asset swaps, who's dealt with the equity market, who's done with all of that. That's her wheelhouse. This stuff is all that is her wheelhouse. This is a place that she's lived for years. And this is what she's suggesting. For me, it would make sense, as I know personally I would. Listen, I think that XRP, here's what I think. The value of XRP is going to rise with whether Ripple IPOs or not. It's going to be in the bedrock, in the framework of the new financial system. That is without question. I believe that 1,000%. The XRPL, the XRPL, and the ILP stand alone in its value. They can develop a value on its own. I don't think that what's the word I want to say? I don't think that Ripple has not looked at every possible scenario that it possibly can. Now, I could be wrong. You know, they could totally not give a freak about us. That's a possibility. But I don't think that's the case. And we'll see. We'll have to see how this all plays out. What is it? Twitter, I heard that Twitter's going crazy. I don't know. I heard that Twitter was going crazy. They shafted the XRP hodlers and all this kind of stuff like that. John Edwards is in the building. How are you, John? Good to see you on the stream. The real Rick G is in. What's going on, the real Rick G? How you doing, my dude? Naptown XRP. What up, Siege? What's good with you, dude? Long-time listener. Finally caught you live. How about that, bro? I appreciate you being here in Naptown. Appreciate you being here, my friend. 51 people on the stream and 27 likes. If you didn't get a chance to smash a like on the way in, just collapse that chat real quick. And they'll smash the like and then come back out. Come back and hang out. When Muller, keep Mama C's happy no matter what it takes. LOL. Without question, bro. You know how that is. Sammy the Bulls is in the building. What's up, C's? What's up with you, my dude? Brian Schreier's in the building. How are you, Brian? Good to see you in the stream tonight, man. Nick Morano, Siege, what's great? It's all great, bro. Did you hear about Yahoo on their headline news that central banks see impending arrival of digital currencies 4 hours ago? I did not see that. How about that? That is great news. That is great news. Absolutely. If you guys want to hear from Susie, let me know. If not, I can just cover the MoneyGram thing. Daniel says, as an investor, XRP hodlers would be better off if Swift would buy Ripple. If Swift had the software and didn't have to develop, I think Swift would use XRP for everything. Putting an end to the repo markets. How about that? That's an interesting point, Danny Loft. Interesting point, my friend. Very, very interesting point there. Very, very, very interesting. At Crypto C says, nice, bro. Get it straight from the source. Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's what I want to talk with on the phone. And I believe, again, I did upgrade from the $10 Patreon up to the $45. Read some of the advantages. I wanted to see the new evaluation for XRP. I didn't see it in there. So, I got to reach out, make sure I'm not doing something, wrong. I like scrolling right past it. So I want to find out where that is. But I believe as part of the membership, Brian Schreier says, Stream was awesome. Saw you were in there, said hi to you. Oh, is that right? Okay, cool. Yeah, I was in there. Absolutely. And I was, I'm trying to listen and then I'm trying to, prepare for the stream. And then I had to put Susie on because I wanted to listen to her video again. So I had to turn take the audio off of Conjure Stream. But yeah, I was in there. Absolutely. Not Chosen is in the building. How you doing, my friend? We're all winging it, bro. Just helping each other out. Exactly. And I think the whole because buyback came up on the stream and I'm like, I don't think the buyback, the traditional like the stock buyback is the same as the what is it? It's the same as the asset swap or quote unquote over the counter asset swap that Susie is talking about. Equity asset swap, and because she's talking about the valuation, and she talks about the 4 or 5 different types of valuations, that there could be a book value or this, a debt, whatever it is. It's her expertise. I know I've shown those slides before, but every time I listen to her, it makes sense to me. Let's not jump the gun on this. Time will tell exactly when. That's a great point, my friend. That's exactly right. So I don't buy into the stiff in the XRP community. Me personally, and you're certainly entitled to your own opinions, right? We're not, like my mentor says, hey, if you and I agree on everything, one of us is not needed, right? And I want to hang around, right? I got Miss Crypto Siege, and I got a daughter to raise. My son and other older daughters, they're doing the things I want to be around. So. It's cool to think the same way, right? Or to agree on a different thing or agree to disagree. That's always a cool thing, right? I think the ultimate, John Ezra's great point, if it's an asset swap, then you tell me, Siege, where the price of this coin is going. I believe that the price of this coin, me personally, Crypto Siege, is going to be in the thousands. That's me. I just think the second XRP got on the NASDAQ Liquidity Index, and they show the different exchanges that they're going to be APIing into, no matter what happens in the digital asset space, you can't take the value, you can't take the IOP, the XRPL, and the digital asset XRP away. It's here to stay, and it's being used. It's being used. The XRPL and XRP, it's being used. Moneygram, in my opinion, is the game changer for the rest of the world. Moneygram's use of XRP in the ODL is Wall Street's proof of concept. Just traditional business using this digital asset, using this software, using this digital asset, and making gains in their business model, positive gains, creating new revenue streams. That to me says Wall Street knows. Now they know the value in getting on RippleNet and possibly using XRP. I think they know it and they see it. If this dude, I don't know his name, the French dude at Davos, somebody know his name, you can put it in the thing in the chat. That would be awesome. I can't begin to I can't even begin to pronounce this dude's name. If he is coming out and talking about this issue we got to do is cross-border payments, we got to get this cross-border payments thing, we got to figure this thing out. If he's saying that at Davos, in my opinion, you know what I mean? They know that there's a software company out there that's taking care of that with this particular software, and they know what it is. They know it's compliant. They know it's been working with the banks, right? They know the powers that be, all those people over there at Davos. They know. You know what I mean? They know. You know what I mean? They know. They 1,000% know. Right? And so I think that when you really take the time and look at the XRP ecosystem and how it is meant to work, with the market makers and the market takers and the liquidity pools, and when you look at the software that the company has, and the ultimate home run for the banks, for the FIs, for the money remitters like MoneyGram, the ultimate home run is in the use of XRP. That is the ultimate, that's the grand slam. That's the ultimate win. It's the ultimate win. And then we're not even talking about an X song or is it X songs? I guess it's XL, an X songs or Spring or any of the different things that Spring is doing. We're not even talking about the derivatives market. We're not even talking about that yet. What's going to happen when that comes into play? The derivatives market is not going to be using something other than something that's going to give them the speed and the best cost efficiency, period. Why would they settle for second best when first place is available? Everyone's forgetting about the Volcker rule and how that's going to play. We all know that the hedge funds are looking more and more like they're going to become market makers. And we all know that the hedge funds are in the hedge funds and all these pension things, they're in dire straits of some asset that can give them value. Long-term, especially long-term value. So when you throw in the fact that the banks are going to figure out a way, whether it be the Volcker rule or whether it be via some kind of MoneyGram, and that's why I wanted to bring up MoneyGram. Why would MoneyGram have a strategic partnership with a bank in Egypt? Why for? Why for? Have you guys been paying attention to the latest moves that MoneyGram has been making? And have we already forgotten about the deep dive that SPQR Media did on Bank of America and Ripple? Have we forgotten about that already? I mean, come on, guys, right? Have we forgot about that already? 67 people in the stream, only 36 likes. Guys, I wolfed down my food to come hang out with you guys. If you haven't had a chance yet to smash that like button, just collapse the chat real quick. We'll smash the like, guys, and come back in. It helps with the channel. It helps with the YouTube, the algorithm on YouTube. And more importantly, we are going to do our darndest to continue our streak of streams where we have just as many likes as we do have viewers. And I appreciate you guys helping us to make that happen. You guys make it happen. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And if you watch that deep dive, by the way, if you're not subscribed to that channel, I highly suggest that you do subscribe to SPQR Media, some boys or something. They are doing their thing. Lee is like, he does those guys over there do their thing. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about that. The ultimate win, guys. And you just have to know it in your heart and hearts, but obviously you have to do due diligence. The ultimate win is in the use of ODL and the XRP. And Ripple has set it up that way. That's the ultimate win. They opened the door with, an XV or something else. But the ultimate win is ODL in the use of XRP. That's the ultimate win. And there's still other use cases outside of the cross-border payments space. We can't forget about the derivatives. They're moving there. The dude from Spring, I think it was Ethan Beers, said, point of fact and matter of fact, we are going into the derivatives market. Didn't Dilip Rao just put a tweet out about that? I'm pretty certain that Dilip Rao just tweeted on Twitter about Brian Madigan in the derivatives market. Do you think that's just because you think he's, this dude's in retirement? You think he's just coming on Twitter just because? When you're an employee at Ripple and then you're no longer an employee at Ripple, what do you think perhaps is your best asset in this digital asset space? You think it's a CD or money market thing? Or do you think perhaps the biggest asset, I don't know this dude's portfolio, but do you think his biggest asset is possibly holding XRP? I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Yoshitaka Kitao was giving XRP instead of shares or something like that to some of the people. Remember that? Remember Yoshitaka Kitao was giving out XRP? They didn't have any problem snatching up the XRP over there in Japan. Why? Because they're going to get shafted by Ripple. Mr. Kitao is giving out something because Ripple's going to shaft those people. And so Mr. Kitao and Brad, they're not speaking. They're not on speaking terms. I got it. Mr. Kitao found out about this potential IPO today, and he's upset because he's been giving out this XRP in place of shares, I believe it was. And now this whole IPO is going to mess him up and make him look bad. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. So, the whole mention of this IPO won't be first, but we're certainly not going to be last. Maybe that's not telling the whole story. And maybe it is, because remember, on my drive video earlier today, when I covered Susie's Ripple could IPO and transfer the value, I had people on the stream like, Ripple's never going to IPO. It's not the right time for them to IPO. What else was there? So they're never going to IPO. It's not the right time. The market's not doing great. Maybe in 3 to 5 years, and not even 2 weeks later, here's Brad. It's an inevitable, what did you say, a normal progression in what we're doing? So maybe since she said that about the IPO before Brad suggested such a thing or put out such a thing, maybe the other part about them doing this asset swap that she's suggesting is a possibility. She's not like me or Kimes or the digital asset investor or Alex Cobb or any other content creator. This is a lady that's speaking from her experience. That's just her thing. It's just her wheelhouse. She's not making it up. She's not saying, oh, this is a creative. Let me see. This is a creative thing that I think that can be done. I'm going to go put it out on YouTube. She's speaking from experience. She's seen the pros and the cons of such a move, IPO, than the asset swap thing. So she's speaking from experience. She said she's done these equity swaps, these asset swaps. She's done them herself. She said, point of fact, I am blown away that the investment bankers haven't suggested already doing this to Ripple. You know, again, I'm not saying me. I don't have enough. That's not my expertise, my friend. That's not my expertise. I'm leaning on her expertise. After I evaluated personally and watched the videos over and over and over again and tried to figure out asset swap and went to Wikipedia and asset swap and stock buyback, trying to understand it myself, and then watching the videos some more, it makes sense to me. Would I give 100% of my XRP for an asset swap? Not a chance. But I would certainly do a percentage of it for a chance to own some kind of equity in the Ripple, the company. Yeah, without question. Something that's 20-something cents today for something in some shares in Ripple. Absolutely. Now, don't get me wrong. In terms of overall biggest ginormous gains, it's the digital asset space. Right? It's the digital asset space because an IPO is going to play in another market unless they IPO. IPO is going to play in a different market unless they STO. Right? And we don't even know if that's a thing. We don't know. That's a possibility as well. Because now, if they do an STO, if you will, IPO to STO, whatever, now we're in the digital asset space. You ever think about that? So anyway, that's kind of my thing. Make sure I get this $5 super chat. Somebody did I miss that or did I read it already? I'm so out of control. Danny Loft says Ripple is not cash poor. Without question, they are not. Usually IPOs are for companies to raise cash. I personally question the move. I got you. Exactly. And here's the reason why I believe, Danny, because we don't have all the facts. We don't know all the moves and why he's even mentioning or stating that. I just believe, from my personal opinion, it is not to hurt the XRP community. It's not meant to hurt the community. And so we don't know. I mean, again, maybe he's not tipping his hand completely on it. Maybe it might be like she says, IPO to equity swap. Maybe it's an STO, right? We don't know. We don't know. But I don't believe they're doing something to hurt the hodlers. And I think that they pay attention to the hodlers. You know what I mean? I really do. Yeah, and see, that's where I would disagree with you there. The XRP community did not give Ripple all their capital. That is just not what they do. Private placements. That the XRP community, did not give Ripple, the company, all of their capital, my friend. So that's why I would disagree with you, CIUs33. I mean, I respect your opinion for everything else, but the community did not give Ripple all of their capital. Certainly, we've added value, but Ripple is the one with the software, right? Ripple is the one making partnerships, right? Ripple's the one, working with governments and working with banks, right? John Edwards says, Siege, that's it. It's not mentioned at this point. BTC Libra, no problem. Buy. But still no XRP, just crypto, and that's it. It's because it's going to be worth way beyond 5,000. And I think that's 1,000% correct, John Edwards. And I know that Ripple knows that. The people from Ripple know ultimately the value that is going to be XRP. They know things that we don't know. Perhaps they already know that the IMF is going to be using XRP alongside, inside, outside, around side the basket of SDRs. Perhaps the people from Ripple already know that. Perhaps, one of the many times that Brad Garland, and trust me, we've seen her and Madame Lagarde and Brad together a few times. But what about all the times that they were together and we didn't see it? And we didn't see it, right? So there's a lot of things that we don't know. And perhaps, I don't know, perhaps they talked about that being a possibility. I got a question for you. How is it that Jim Rickards, and just think about this for a second, how is it that Jim Rickards says that there's going to be this digital asset thing that's going to be, turned in ESDR. It's going to be inside, outside, or outside, alongside the SDR basket. How is it he knows that? Where did he get that info from? And if he knows that, and I get it, he's got an extensive geopolitical background. I get it, he's an insider, but certainly he's not more of an insider than Madame Lagarde. He certainly is not more of. He may be is in as equal footing. He may be as an equal standing. But certainly Christine Lagarde knows a thing or two. I mean, he came out with this stuff when she was the head of the IMF. So my thing is, they know where XRP is going and where it's going to and what it's going to be potentially. I just think they know it. They know it without question. And because they know it, I believe that they can focus on continuing to expand the XRP ecosystem. And perhaps, who knows, they may be even done in terms of XRP. Who knows? They might be done. Maybe the 50 governments that and central banks that they're working with, I think it's governments they're working with, maybe it's already a done deal. Maybe they know that everything is going to be on the ledger. Maybe they know already and their work is done and they can look to IPO as a normal progression to where they're going as a company. I mean, here's the thing. Why is Brad Garlinghouse has said time and time again, we want XRP to win. As Ripple the company, this is what we want. We want XRP to win. So is David Schwartz. So you think David is about to, you think David has a bottle of whiskey and in one hand and a bottle of scotch in the other, and he's just IPO. What IPO? What and just downing? Right? Doesn't make sense. He's also said that we need XRP and the value of XRP to be high. So maybe they know that the IMF's going to use this thing. They know that it's a great plan for the central bank debt to take care of the central bank debt, like DNI has explained, is so eloquently and intelligently shared with the community. You see what I'm saying? This whole idea that Ripple is trying. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that Sam I Am. Again, I don't know that he said it. But I'm very surprised that people are saying that he is saying this is hurting XRP hodlers. That they're looking to do this thing for the shareholders and scamming the community. I don't see it. I just personally don't see it. I believe to this day, Ashish Burla, Marcus Treacher, Rand Madigan, any of these employees at Ripple, their greatest asset hold is XRP. I just personally believe that. I don't know, but that's what I believe. Because the digital asset space, we all know, it performs significantly greater than a stock. You're not going to get the gains. Ripple is going to be an amazing stock, but it's not going to give you the gains. Think about this, that the digital asset space can give you. It's just not. Even though it's going to be this new tech company that the equity markets is hungry for, quoting Susie from Esoteric Solutions. 33,000%, 60,000% in the digital asset space as a stock is awesome and as wonderful as Ripple. Their stock is not going to do that. So which leads me to believe that their greatest asset that they hold, the people from Ripple, corporate and or employees, is in XRP. That's just a dude on YouTube's personal opinion. All right, let me cover some of these things here. Siege, would this be the moment where Staff Sergeant of the Marine says, Siege, could this be the moment where today's announcement and our interpretation of it cause even the strong hands to capitulate? Asset swaps and the sentiment of being cheated are not good things. I hear you, Staff Sergeant of the Marines. And it could be, sure. It could be. Again, for me, in terms of that asset swap, I lean on Susie's expertise. And I know personally, this is me personally, depending on that ratio of equity stock and equity in Ripple and XRP, depending on the ratio, 1 for 1, great ratio, right? 1 for 5, 1 for 10, depending on that. I know that I would take some of my XRP for that, right? Because in the end, right? Here's the thing. In the end, check this out for a second. Real estate does not and will not give you the add value of the digital asset space. Will it not? Will it give you the ROI? Will real estate give you the ROI that you can get from the digital asset space? I want you guys to answer that question for me in the chat. Yes or no? Real estate. Will real estate give you the ROI, a greater ROI than being in the digital asset space? Not any particular. XRP Joe says, hell no. Anyone else? Will real estate give you the ROI that the digital asset space can give you? XRP Joe said it's good, but it's not that. Anyone? Yes or no? I would love to hear what you guys think on that one. I want you to think about this for a second. GXRP is nope. The real G looks like a man to me. Okay. Anyone? Real estate. Will real estate give you the return ROI that the digital asset space can give you? Anyone else? I see XRP Joe says no. GXRP said no. Waiting for this chat to catch up. Anybody else? Dano says lucky if you get 10% in real estate. Exactly. TJ Jackson says definitely would feel like a cheat, bro. I hear you, my friend. I hear you. Sam _ Becca says over how long of a time period? You pick one, my friend. You pick a time frame. 10 years, 20 years. You pick a time frame. Because to me, it does not matter of the time frame. Staff Sergeant Brain says no. Okay. Naptown XRP says not even close. So let me ask you this. When you moon in the digital asset space, will will you have or will you have or own some real estate? That's the second question. So we've all kind of agreed that there's not a chance that real estate is going to give you the return on investment that the digital asset space can give you, right? We all agree with that. Now, so the next question is, when moon, right? When we got our wealth strategies going on, when all of that happens, when moon, are we going to take a portion of that and get some real estate? After it moons, yes, I'll have plenty to buy. Yes, indeed. Sam _ Becker. GXRP says, I will definitely own some real estate and continue to invest in digital asset space. The real Jixie says, truth is stranger than fiction. Absolutely. Legendary is in the building. What's good, my dude? I'll get real estate. Need a place for all my cool swag, without question. Hey, Siege, I'm in Northern VA. How about that? Bro? You're in Northern VA? That's my old stopping ground. I used to hang in Northern VA a little bit. I'm more near near DC. I don't really consider that Northern Virginia. I'm not like near Loudoun County or Leesburg or any of that stuff. But I used to hang out in that area, right? So you would own some real estate, right? You would own some real estate. You would own real estate. Where would you compare real estate that you would own to owning some? I don't know if it's going to be a stock or an STO or equity shares in Ripple. Where would you compare the two? Where would you, about even? In terms of return on your investment, about even? I don't know. Here's my point. You would own some real estate. You would be in the stock market when moon. And a good stock to probably hold would be Ripple. And you would own some digital assets. Right? You would own some. And what I believe she was doing, and again, I'm going to ask her, is comparing the value of an XRP today versus them doing an IPO today, right? So we can't compare it to when XRP is at 1,000, if the XRP, which could be years from now, if they're doing an IPO in 90 days. You see what I'm saying? Because perhaps, let's put it to you another way. Let's say that 6 months from now, XRP is now, what do I want to say? Let's just say, it mooned, they did the spot price. They did, NASDAQ got involved, central bank debt announcement, IMF comes up, XRP, boom. And XRP is now $500. Ripple, the company, has not IPO'd yet. Do you think maybe Susie from Esoteric Trading Solutions doesn't make that video? I don't know, but maybe she don't make that video now. Because maybe the value and it being good for everyone and good for XRP Holler, it's not there. What's up, Gooch girl? What's going on, miss? How are you? Alex G, I was watching your video today. How about that? Good to see you in the stream, brother. Perhaps then she doesn't make that video. Because perhaps then it would not make anywhere near any kind of sense. Right? See what I'm saying? So that's just kind of my take on it. Let me share some of this Moneygram stuff with you guys. Dude, I'm telling you. Staff Sergeant Marine says, Siege, great thought process. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, Staff Sergeant Marines. Dryce is in the building. Montgomery, Maryland. What? I used to hang out in Anne Arundel County, Maryland. Dryce? Montgomery County. Is that where the Gaithersburg Airport is, Dryce? I believe it to be so. Exactly. So perhaps they're not doing that IPO. Perhaps it's something else. Perhaps the IPO is something else, or perhaps the IPO isn't an IPO. Perhaps the IPO is an IPO to an STO. Perhaps the IPO is an IPO to the equity swap. There's something that has to make more sense because they are not in need of cash. I think that's a zero chance of happening, UHD Gaming PC. But I appreciate you contributing to the channel, my friend. Well, Giovanni Duro, that would be a point. That would be a great point, if not for the DeFi space. And the DeFi space, right? So the DeFi space is going to allow you, in my opinion, to still have wealth and not have to transfer all of it into material wealth. I believe the DeFi space is just going to allow you to just keep your digital assets in the digital world on those platforms. Just live off the money. Not that you don't still go buy a car. I get what you're saying if that's what you're saying. You still go buy the car. But and when we talk on Wealth Wednesdays, and I apologize, I've missed 2 of these Wealth Wednesdays now because of having to run around. I believe that my question is going to be a lot is how much of your Wen Moon are you going to put into the traditional space? And that would include material wealth, right? How much of it are you going to put into the Lambos and the big houses and the fancy cars? And, how much? How much? I'm going to have 1 or 2. I'm going to have a fairly nicer house. But man, I am loving the idea of being in a potential spot to be a money maker, a market maker. I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. I don't know about Dries. I don't know about Big and Iceman. I know she's already spoke at Davos, and basically, I don't know if she's going to be going over the review of what she said the ECB is going to be doing, but that is tomorrow. So she's already spoke, and then she's going to be doing something tomorrow, I believe, as part of a panel, Dries. GXRP says USD gaming. Well, let me read Giovanni's Doros first. Wealth transfer is exactly that. You then need to transfer your wealth from digital to material wealth. I gotcha. GXRP says USD gaming PC. That's someone in the stream. The success of Ripple was very much dependent on the success and the adoption of the XRP ecosystem. They do go on hand in hand. And Susie from Esoteric Trading Solutions actually pointed out XRP has true value. The Ripple net doesn't have the value without the XRP. XRP, they work hand in hand. They work hand in hand. And guess who knows that? Wall Street. Because Wall Street is saying, we want some XRP futures, and we want them yesterday. We want some XRP futures, and we want them yesterday. They won't be trading something if it didn't have any value. In fact, I think BitMEX just came out saying that they're going to be doing XRP futures. So the ecosystem is so important. The XRP ecosystem is significant. And it's going to get even more significant because we cannot forget that you can pick any kind of asset, digital asset that you want. The liquidity champion, right? That's what we say on this channel. The champ is here, right? The champ is here. XRP is the liquidity champion. And that, my friends, is the facts. And those facts are undeniable. If I can quote from A Few Good Men. How many of y'all remember that? It is the liquidity provider. It is slotted in. It is slotted in to help stave off, put off, whatever you want to do. The global economic crises. and that is illiquidity. Period. You can't argue it. You can't say it's not. It is what it is. It is the digital asset that's going to free up the no-show virtual accounts in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I believe, because that's in the banking space, and I believe, this is just speculation on this part, I believe that the IMF is going to use it in some way as an ESDR to free up the central bank debts of the world and help rebalance those balance sheets. That's what I believe. But I know for certain, I mean, pretty much certain, right? We don't know anything's a guarantee. XRP and no-show virtuals is a done deal. All right, that's a done deal. Moneygram has proven that out. Moneygram has proven that out because they're making money. Moneygram is making money using ODL and XRP. And the way they're doing it is through the transmitter system, which is essentially liquidity. I don't know, Staff Sergeant Marines. It's going to be interesting to see about that repo market, bro. Staff Sergeant Marines like, see, so no more repo markets then? I just feel like, and I'm very much in alignment with Times on this. I just feel like, and I've said this before on the channel, they're throwing every single thing they possibly can at this repo market, and the kitchen sink, and the mother's kitchen sink, the cousin's kitchen sink, their sister's kitchen sink. They're throwing everything at this repo market. Why do you think that is? I believe because they can say that they did everything possible and nothing worked. But we got this other thing. We got this other thing. That's what I believe. And DNI pretty much kind of says the same thing because he says, that the traditional market, whether it be the IMF or Fed, they gotta exhaust all the traditional methods. They gotta utilize all the tools. They gotta use every single tool in that tool belt. They have to exhaust them all, and they got to be able to say that they exhaust them all. And the more that they continue to say, nope, that didn't work, nope, that didn't work, nope, that didn't work, nope, that didn't work, nope, that didn't work. And when they run out, or they, you know what I mean, then they have to look at something else, and that something else is a digital asset. Staff Sergeant Marine says it's official. Next week, Brexit is a done deal. XRP boom. Yep. I mean, Trump was like, me and Boris, we're about to sit down and talk. We're about, he's a good dude, and he's an ally. And we're getting ready to sit down and talk. The Donald, the Donald knows what he's doing, man. We do. I know what you're saying, but how I'm going to, you mods do your thing. We love you here. You guys do your thing. But, for me, I'm going to focus on the good and the great. What's going on? Don't be messing up with me, YouTube. Don't be messing up with me. I have to close some stuff out. I will close some stuff out. Don't be messing up on me. I had some things from Moneygram. I still haven't shown you guys yet. I've been rambling on. Bear Eater Bull. What are some good DeFi cryptos to look at? Well, for me personally in this house, I'm very excited about Celsius Network, and I'm very excited about Kava. For two different reasons, but I'm very excited about those two. I can't wait for Kava to be available to the average Joe and Jane investor, people like ourselves. I believe personally there's something to first movers advantage on Kava. You know what I mean? And so in the end, The facts are the facts. The fundamentals, the use cases behind XRP. If you do, here's the thing that I will say. If you don't own XRP, if you don't own any XRP, you do not hold the greatest digital asset ever created. Because the digital asset that you hold has zero to less utility, real world use case today. VeChain is awesome. It has less utility and use case than XRP. Chainlink got a partnership there and there. It don't have what XRP has. It's just not. It just does not. Doesn't mean that Chainlink's not awesome. I certainly believe that VeChain is gonna do its thing. But in terms of partnerships and real world, not potentially could do a thing. In terms of real world partnerships, there's nothing that compares to XRP, and that's just the facts. Because you can get to your particular digital assets website, and then you can list your partnerships and the real world use cases. For example, ABC Crypto, and you can go to abccrypto.com and you can go to your partnerships and look at them, and then you can compare Ripple's partnerships and XRP's ecosystem, and it doesn't even compare. Doesn't even compare. So it doesn't matter who's trying to do something on this channel. If you don't hold the greatest digital asset ever created, which is XRP, then you don't hold it. I mean, in the end, that is the deal here. So guys, Moneygram making some moves, guys. What is up with this? And I'm going to touch on this for just a bit. I didn't even get a chance to cover it. XRP Lava, thanks for the $1 super chat, my friend. And that is, again, undeniable. Those are the facts, and they are undeniable. Let me show you some. So what's going on with Moneygram, guys? What in the world? 133 people on the stream. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you all being here. Because for me in this stream, in this channel, nothing is going to sway me. For my resolve, that number one, I'm blessed to be an early adopter in the digital asset space. And number two, that I hold the greatest digital asset ever created. Doesn't matter. Nothing's going to dissuade me. Nothing's going to change my mind in any of the least bit. IPO, non-IPO, Ripple doing its thing, separating itself from XRP. It doesn't matter to me. I know what XRP is going to be doing. Period. What it is doing and what it's going to be doing. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. Let me show you what's up with Moneygram. Moneygram launches account deposit service in Egypt. What in the world? Why in the world would they be doing that? Why in the world would Moneygram be doing that? Partnership with Suez Canal Bank enables consumers in Egypt, the world's 5th largest recipient of remittances. Egypt is the world's 5th largest recipient of remittances. Moneygram, bank in Egypt, to receive money directly into bank accounts. Moneygram International, MGI on that NASDAQ thing, today in that MGI and the NASDAQ thing, a global leader in cross-border P2P payments and money transfers, today announced that it has entered into, and might I add, another strategic partnership with Suez Canal Bank, a leading financial institution that will enable Moneygram customers from around the world to send money directly to the bank accounts of friends and family members in Egypt. Let that sink in for a little bit. directly to the bank accounts. These dudes in Egypt won't even have to get up and get dressed to go get their money. They can stay in bed. They can chill in their living room or the equivalent thereof and receive their money directly into their bank accounts. The new agreement strengthens the company's presence in Egypt as MoneyGram now has access to the bank's wide network of corresponding banks throughout the world. I'm just going to stop right there and let that. How many of you guys are seeing what I'm seeing? See, when you have the facts behind you, there's no need to participate in other conversations. When you have the truth, right, guys? When you have the truth behind you, there's no need to participate in other conversations. What do you think that's about? GXRP says, good news sees. Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that. What do you think that's about? How do you think that is possibly been able to be made? GOXRP says, I couldn't resist buying a bag of MGI, a large bag at $2.12. I hear you, my dude. I hear you. I got a few $100 and I'm like, I don't know. Like, do I need to? I'm like, what do I do with this? Got some of that fiat dollars. It's doing me zero good in the bank. It's only a few, $500, not much. All right, do I get some more MGI? Do I just go more hard in the digital asset space? I just forgot. Check this. I just forgot about some XRP that I had. I just forgot about some XRP that I had somewhere else. What in the wide world? And we already did our me and Miss Crypto Siege. We already did our put our sell orders and stuff in, and we're basing a percentage based upon we thought it was this amount, and we had quite a few more. Isn't that a good problem to have? Totally forgot about it. Totally forgot about it. And shout out to all my mods that helped me out with that VeChain and that Sync wallet thing. Made that happen. Totally forgot about that. All right, what else we got going on here? You guys are on that dude, huh? Don't let it get you distracted, guys. Don't let it get you distracted, because in the end, the champ is here. The champ is here, and I hope you guys are paying attention to the MoneyGram move. People don't. When Mullen said he ain't sleeping on MoneyGram, MoneyGram's sleeping on him. Don't sleep on MoneyGram. JT says the XRP stake in MoneyGram was strategical. They know what is coming. Absolutely, my friend. GXRP says, well said, Siege. Thank you, my friend. I got you. I hear you. And listen, gaming PC. I get it. The hype is out there, right? That is without question. But beneath all of that hype, if you will, is the fundamentals and the real world use case. You can't take it away. Like we could end and squelch the hype, but the fundamentals and the real world use case is there to stay, and it's growing. It's growing. So I hear you on the hype deal. I do. I hear you on that hype tip. But in the end, the real world use case is undeniable. You know what I mean? Synetic is in the building. What's going on, my friend? Good time to buy MGI stock as well if you have faith in the direction it's going. Yeah, I have some. I don't have enough, but I have some. I got a few hundred fiat dollars. I'm trying to figure out, like, what am I going to do with it here? I mean, how about that nice surprise? I told Ms. Crypto Seeds yesterday, I'm like, oh man, I haven't forgotten we had XRP over here on this other thing. We already set our, revisited our exit plan and put the percentages on down on paper, signed it, and put some sell orders in. And we had the wrong number. We had the wrong tally of our XRP. How about that? I hear you, real salted shell. Man, if you're gonna eat, I'm gonna eat the real Rick G. Yo, the real Rick G, if you're gonna eat, I'm gonna eat, man. Should I have some organic sea salt, dark chocolate, 70% cacao? Or should I have, I don't know, maybe healthy, maybe not so healthy? Yeah, guys, ever try these Lenny and Larry's, the complete cookie? They're really good. We'll see. We'll see. CoinLink is in the building. What is going on? CoinLink's in the building? That's exactly right. I bought Charlie's bags. There is a cure for the XRP hype. Parentheses, play attention. Stay off YouTube. Hello. Without question. If you can't take it, if it's too much, that's an answer. That is an answer. That's right. It's only the facts. The Crypto Caveman's in the building. What's going on? The Crypto Caveman. Good to see you in the stream, man. Yep. And so we can't get distracted. Think about that, guys. Don't get distracted, right? By the noise. In the end, the champ is here. And that is undeniable. Staff Sergeant Marines, UHD. I just made me FOMO. I just made me FOMO another shallow back. Thank you for helping me strengthen my resolve. You're my hero. In the end, that's what it is about. There is nothing there, and there is nothing and no one that's going to dissuade me in any way from realizing, from taking away what I know, that I know. And that is undeniably that the champ is here. And that is XRP. But check out this money. I'm going to go over here and check out this MoneyGram thing again. Don't sleep on MoneyGram, guys. And I'm telling you, Wall Street's paying attention. Wall Street is not slipping. They're not sleeping, rather. Wall Street is not sleeping on MoneyGram's moves. I promise you that. Wall Street is not sleeping on MoneyGram's moves. Why didn't this view change? Or did it change? Wall Street ain't sleeping. They're like, what? Wall Street's like, MoneyGram did what? They did what? Didn't MoneyGram just have a strategic move? What's up with it? What's going on with this other strategic move? What is this? What? The Egypt Bank? What in the world? The what is it called? The Suez Canal Bank? What in the world is going on there? Let me read some more of this. This new agreement strengthens the company's presence in Egypt as MoneyGram now has access to the bank's Suez Canal Bank wide network of correspondent banks. Taking a little play out from Ripple. When you think a network of correspondent banks throughout the world, Suez Canal Bank will be able to connect to the innovative MoneyGram platform to offer the new account deposit services to all of its customers, all of them, to provide them with enhanced digital-enabled convenience and an improved experience. As we execute our digital transformation to lead the industry in the digital movement of money, a key strategic priority is expanding account deposit services in major international markets, said Grant Lyons, Chief Revenue Officer. This was the dude who was acting like a 14-year-old kid on the quarter 2 and quarter 3 reports. Chief Revenue Officer at MoneyGram. We're excited about how this partnership with Suez Canal Bank will provide our customers in Egypt with cutting-edge capabilities. They offer the industry's best service. How many strategic moves did you hear MoneyGram was making before they hooked up with Ripple? Question. How many strategic moves did you hear MoneyGram making before they hooked up with Ripple. Mahmoud Shahib, head of financial institutions at Suez Canal Bank, said partnering with Moneygram, a global leader in cross-border peer-to-peer payments and money transfers, would benefit both institutions as we target to expand our share of the Egyptian remittances business by signing this agreement. So what that is saying is that there's a value add in addition to providing something for their customers. The bank sees this partnership as a value add for them and some possible moves for them. That's what I'm reading. MoneyGram is a market leader in digital innovation. We know that. MoneyGram will be able to provide Egyptians living abroad with a fast and convenient way to send money back home to family and loved ones. With a physical and digital distribution network in over 200 countries and territories. I'm not going to read the rest of that, but there it is. MoneyGram again, making another strategic move. Legendary says MoneyGram was dying before Ripple. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's exactly right, guys. So there it is. You know, I talked a little bit about the Ripple IPO, kind of my take. And, you know, hopefully that'll make sense to some people. I was going to share the slides, but I think what I'm going to do is bring it up in another stream. And if someone has some questions, I will share some of the slides that I have from the watching Susie's videos, the screenshots. Phillips family's in the building. What's going on, Phillips family? Good to see you in the stream. What's up, Siege? What does this IPO mean for XRP bag holders? Well, here's the thing. I don't think we know all of it. Like, we don't know. Maybe they just share one part. Maybe there's another part to it. Because an IPO doesn't necessarily mean that it's not an STO. It doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be an IPO and then to an asset swap, equity asset swap that Susie from Esoteric Solutions, Trading Solutions, believe that it's going to be. So we don't know, and we don't know when it's going to take place. For me, my personal is I don't think Ripple's going to do anything that's going to hurt the XRP community. I think IPO or STO or whatever Ripple decides, I believe the people at Ripple's greatest value that they own is in XRP. And so I think they're not doing anything that hurts that. Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz have said that needs the value of XRP high. Brad Garlinghouse has said time and time again that he's doing everything for XRP and XRP to win. Synetic says nothing of Phillips family. It's not attached to the XRP ledger that way, totally independent. Right? And so in other words, XRP has its value and has its value add on into itself. So does XRP ledger and so does ILP. So what Ripple does when they do their IPO and if they do it and how they do it, it'll be its thing. But XRP has proven itself in terms of its value. And Ripple's IPO is not going to take it away, in my humble opinion. Oh, man. Byron Lewis is in the building. Join late. How's it go, everyone? Good to see you in the stream, my friend. Crypto Insomniac. I think the swap is going to hurt us. Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. It's all going to depend. Now, remember, hers was a scenario, right? And I think hers was 1 to 25. But we don't know what that swap would look like, how it would look, what it'll look like. We don't know. She just gave that as a scenario. What if it was 1 to 1? You know, and so we don't know what the ultimate scenario would be. Like, we really don't know. I have no idea what BAX is, my friend. Crypto Insomniac. I bought Charlie Lee's bag says XRP equals native asset on ILP. In other words, if you're on that ILP, There's some burn rate going on. There's a XRP, right? It's a value add. And whether it's FSOC deeming it some systemic good or whoever, they know about the XRPL. They know about the ILP. So does the Donald. So does Steve Mnuchin. So does Jay Clayton. So does Glenn Hutchins. So does Greg Kidd. So does Ken Curson. So does Madame Lagarde. So does Mark Carney. They all know. They all know. And whether XRP and XRPL works alongside the financial system until it eventually replaces it, once it proves itself out, right? Because there's always a bug in a thing, right? There's always a hiccup in a thing, right? Even though there hasn't been a single transaction on the XRPL that was not KYC, AML, and CFT. And they've done, 50 million plus transactions? Not a hiccup yet. You certainly can't say that about SWIFT. No hiccups yet. That's right, the real Rick G. It didn't hurt hearing Steve Mnuchin, Treasury Secretary, shout out MoneyGram on MSM TV. Sure did not. Sure did not. Eddie Emmanuel says, XRP backed by gold. I have a feeling about this. I hear you, my friend. We shall soon see. Yeah, she called it before that, Anthony King, as well, because she did a video prior to hopping on CKJ's channel. And she's got an even deeper one in her Patreon that I checked out as well. She did call it. She called it when other people thought, nope, not possible. Why would they do it? Moneybag says the whole focus of cross-border is to reduce time and cost. If Ripple is successful, so is XRP. Eli's in the building. Good to see you, Eli. There it is, guys. There it is. I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you go in and dig a little bit deeper. No worries, Eli. Hey, C's, late to the stream. Had to handle a few things. I appreciate you being here, bro. Definitely catch that the replay on this one, my friend. Good conversation. Without question, good conversation. A lot of great banter back and forth in the chat. Mods were on it. I have to tell Miss Crypto C's that, yo, the mods on this channel don't mess around. And the great thing about it is we can have that kind of conversation in the channel, and we can articulate and we can share from a perspective of knowing that we know that we know. We don't have to rely on emotion, right? We don't have to rely on emotion, right? We don't swing a sword or an anvil of emotion. We come with the facts. We come with the partnerships, right? We come with the real use cases, right? And that's the cool thing. We can come with a level of resolve that is undeniable, impenetrable, right? There's no piercing this armor. There's no piercing this armor because the champ is here. The champ is here. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this video like I do all my streams and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, but we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.